Hey everyone, one of the coaches at UNGER Academy here, and welcome back to our usual chat that we have on the weekends about the market trends from the previous week. Before we get into the swing of things, please just be sure to subscribe to our channel, go and leave us a like, and go and click on the notification bell to stay updated on the release of all our new content. Really appreciate that. Thanks a mil. Hi, we are the UNGER Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unger, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks. Okay, so to begin with, we can say that it was a very positive week for energy commodities, soft commodities, and grains. Slightly less positive with regards to the performance of stock and bond indexes, though. But let's start in order. As usual, we'll start with the equity indexes, where we see negative 5-day returns. Now, the biggest declines are on the NASDAQ and especially the mini S&P 500, negative 2%. Also the DAX, negative 2.2% at the moment. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the chart and see that after the strong rise, which occurred from the recent lows, the indexes have slightly retraced and entered into an area which we could consider as a potential support. Turning to the bond market, we see negative signs here as well. Particularly the T-bond recorded a negative 0.76% at 5 days. The German Bund performed even worse with a negative 1.53%. So while it is true that from one perspective the recent performance of bonds could give us a hope as to a recovery in prices, it is also true that the even more recent performance over the past 2 weeks points to further weakness in this market. In contrast, the commodities market, especially energy, is still showing a fair amount of strength, in particular natural gas, which is on the highs. Now, this is US natural gas. The European is at even higher prices, and so the energy market is continuing to create inflation problems, thus problems for the economy, which in a sense also go to impact the performance of the bond sector. Well, among the biggest moves, we can certainly mention the positive 8% for heating oil and also the negative 8% for gasoline. Right, turning to the metals market. As usual, they seem to be going nowhere. So we see mostly negative returns over a 3-month to 1-year time frame. The meat market is also negative. Instead, soft commodities were positive, with coffee in particular gaining 12%, a huge upward spike in the last 5 days. And the grains market is also in good shape. We see generalized rises on all these commodities. In particular, we have positive 4.2% for wheat and positive 6.5% for corn. Right, turning now to the currency market, we see contrasting returns. Euro dollar is virtually unchanged from 5 days ago, and the US dollar gains against the Australian dollar positive 1.45%. All right, lastly, Bitcoin, which is also virtually unchanged. The impression was that of a possible bullish trend, which, however, has been broken, and we're retesting the lows of about a month ago. Okay, let's take a look at the volatility of the stock indexes, which in any case remains quite low on both the short and long term, excluding the mini S&P 500, on which we definitely see higher volatility. Turning to the volatility term structure, so the term structure of implied volatility, we can see a slight increase in volatility, which however, has been reabsorbed in recent days, and in fact, the volatility term structure remains in contango. VIX values are all in all low compared to the time frame of the past 6 months. So at the moment, traders don't appear to be overly concerned about the trend of stock prices. Let's take a look at the rollovers on the calendar for next week. There are very few indeed. We have the German Bund on September 2nd, and on the same day, the other European bond futures. Well, guys, that's it. If there is anyone among you who is interested in systematic trading and wants to understand what we teach here at the UNGER Academy, we'll leave a link in the description. And using this link, you can watch a free presentation by Andrea Unger, who will introduce you to his trading method, the UNGER method, with which he's managed to win the World Cup Trading Championships of Real Money Trading 4 times. You can also book yourself for a free strategy consultation with a member of our team, or obtain by only covering the shipping costs our bestseller, the UNGER method. And also, hey, please subscribe to this channel if, of course, you haven't already done so. Leave this video a like if you liked it, and click on that notification bell to stay updated on the release of all our new content. And that's it all for today, guys. We'll see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.